just fine before I met you. Drink too much and that's an issue, but I'm okay. Hey, you tell your friends it was nice to meet them, but I hope I never see them again. I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car, and 4 years no calls. Now you're looking pretty in a hotel bar, and I can't stop. No, I can't stop. So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't afford. Like that tattoo on your shoulder. Pull the sheets right off the corner of that mattress that you stole from your roommate back in Boulder. We ain't ever getting older. We ain't ever getting older.
Look as good as the day I met you. I forget just why I left you. I was insane. Stay and play that Blink-182 song that we beat to death in Tucson. Okay, I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car, and 4 years no call. Now I'm looking pretty in a hotel bar, and I can't stop. No, I can't stop.
So baby, pull me closer in the backseat of your Rover that I know you can't
This atmosphere is hella vibing. Don't know no one but you and me, we keep it undivided. I feeling type of way, fold up and light it. We're real about it, we're still about it. Forever and ever, we on this forever. We ride it forever, cause we good forever. We own this forever, yeah, all this forever. We own it forever, ever, ever, ever. You and me, we keep it undivided. Forever, feeling type of way, fall up and light it. We're real about it, we're still about it. Forever and ever, we own this forever. We ride it forever, cause we good forever. We own this forever, yeah, all this forever. We own it forever, ever, ever, ever.
I did that by nature.
can't feel these thoughts of mine drifting faster and further, and oh, I dreamt that I flew back in time. Now all I wanna know is will the stars keep glowing when we disappear? Tell me where we're going. All of these years and the fear keeps growing on and on and on and on and on. How wonder do you wonder too? Whoa, whoa, whoa. How wonder do you wonder too? Or have I given you too much to think about, too much to drink about? All you complain about, you never let it out. Too much to think about, too much to drink about. All you complain about, you never let it out. I can't shake these fears away, but you once told me that trust it goes both ways. One look at you, yeah, I feel safe. Right, drove, right, yeah. All I wanna know is will my heart keep beating more than we need? Tell me why we're leaving. Beauty's in the eyes of the fool who seeks it somewhere out there, somewhere out there. I wonder, do you wonder too? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I wonder, do you wonder too? Or have I given you too much to think about, too much to drink about? All you complain about, you never let it out. Too much to think about, too much to drink about. All you complain about, you never let it out. All you complain about, you never let it out. Too much to think about, too much to drink about. All you complain about, you never let it out. All I wanna know is will my heart keep beating? All I wanna know is will my heart keep beating? All I wanna know is will my heart keep beating? All I wanna know is will my heart keep beating? Don't the sun goes down, we'll be nowhere to be found. We're searching for things that aren't here. Don't make me go back now. Sunset in the rear view. There's no stopping us now. Forgetting everything that we knew. We can't escape, we can't escape, we can't escape this place. Might make mistakes, but we can't escape, we can't escape this place. 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 We could leave it all behind. All the people and all the time lost and wasted on something that we can't find. Don't make me go back now. Just wanna stay with you. There's no stopping us now. Oh, we need to break through. We can't escape, we can't escape, we can't escape this place. Might make mistakes, but we can't escape, we can't escape this place. We can't escape this place. We can't escape this place.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the tonight's show. Now, we are in a little bit of a different channel. I want to welcome you all to my Twitch channel. But I do want to say thank you for being here. We are going to be streaming the Elevate GG and Vertical Gaming playoff match from the North American Pro League. Again, my name is Bloodbath, obviously. We're in my channel here. But I do want to, again, welcome you guys here. We've got a matchup. This matchup was originally scheduled to play yesterday. And it was unfortunate that there were some technical issues that made some of the players unable to join the lobby and participate in yesterday's games. So we had to postpone the matchup, and here we are today, ready to get this underway. So hopefully you will enjoy today's matchup. But we talked about it before last night. If you were there watching the stream, this was after the Flipside and Ominous game. We had gone through the rosters. We had gone through the map bans. So we're going to go through those just in a moment here. But I want to take us through the brackets right now and show you where we're at. Yesterday, last night, we got to see Ominous and Flipside Tactics go into a 33-round showdown featuring 6-5, 6-5, 6-5, all three maps. The highest number of rounds ever played in a single series of Rainbow Six Pro League play. Flipside came out on top of that just by a thread, and they have secured their spot in the winner's bracket and secured their spot in LAN. Still featuring to next week will have to be another series to show who's going to get first, who's going to get second for that seeding. Now, today's matchup is going to be Vertical Gaming and Elevate GG. The winner will go on to next week to play Flipside. Both of those teams are guaranteed a spot into LAN. The loser, however, will have to go up against Ominous. And in the North American and the European regions, the winner of that losers bracket will actually also make it to LAN. The top 3 teams from EU and the top 3 teams from NA make it to LAN. And so what we're going to have here is Elevate GG and Vertical Gaming going head-to-head. Winner goes against Flipside to determine who's first and who's second. Third place will go up, or sorry, loser will go up against Ominous to decide 3rd and 4th place. So that is the brackets for today. Let's take a look at our rosters before we get into the map bans here. We're going to start off with Elevate GG. Elevate GG, we are going to have Skies, England, Geo, Easley, and Laxing. There might be one sub difference in there. I still have to talk with the players for a moment. But for the moment, that is their roster and who we're going to see today. Moving on over to our Vertical Gaming roster. We've got King George, their leader. We've got Snake Nade, Eclipse, Avian, and Adam. So these are the 5 players you're going to be seeing from Vertical Gaming. Again, the same roster we've been seeing all season from these guys. King George is their newest addition, along with Adam. But it seems like these guys have been making quite an impact on their team. So with that, we are going to get right into the map bans here. And we don't have it all fancy, nice decked out map bans, but we do get a chance to show you each and every single ban that happened, starting with Elevate, going over to Vertical Gaming. So what we've got going on here is map ban 1 got Coastline, or band 1's Coastline by Elevate. Moving on over to Bank was Vertical Gaming's first ban. And then we got rid of Oregon, actually one of those picks that typically has been one of the most popular maps, so I wasn't really expecting that to be taken out quite easily, or quite early on. Then we've got Cafe Dostoevsky, which was taken out by Vertical Gaming for their second ban, followed by Skyscraper, then Consulate. The 3 maps remaining were Chalet, Clubhouse, and Border. In the order that we see here is the order that they will get played. And if we reach Border, it will mean that we've gotten into an overtime series, and we need that best of 3 to determine who's going to be winning, who's going to be losing this series. Now, let's take a look over here. We've got our maps, we've got our bracket, we've got our roster. Trying to get the players into the lobby right now. And while that goes on, I do, like I said, I want to welcome you guys to the channel here. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy your stay. We do have no interviews. Don't worry about it. I won't be saying you or 7 more times again. But again, we're just going to take a quick break while we get the players into the lobby, give you guys a chance to catch up on all the stuff going on right now. We've got our rosters, our maps, our brackets, and we'll be back in just about 2-3 minutes or so. So please stick with us here, and we will get the show underway. We're just getting everyone into the lobby. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start underway with map number 1 being Chalet. Elevate GG has chosen to stay on attack, and Vertical Gaming is going to be starting out on defense. So here we go, ready to start it off. Now, Chalet is that map that we're going to start off here, and typically what we saw yesterday, we actually got to see this with Ominous and Flipside. We got to see this map play out very uniquely from many other times that we've seen it, with the bottom bomb site being that snowmobile garage and the wine cellar being the primary site that is chosen. Now here we're actually going to start seeing the trophy room and kitchen being picked up to begin with for Vertical Gaming. Looks like a little bit of a different operator selection choice. They've decided to go with a mute instead of a bandit. Typically you'll bring that bandit to help stop off the wall over here that we see Adam reinforcing the wall into the kitchen lobby. But right now, it looks like we're going to see a pretty standard defensive setup with regards to having the wall reinforced inside of the kitchen lobby, going up top, making sure that we're going to get that drop hatch reinforced. Eventually, that'll get done. Now, let's see here. We're going to keep an eye here on Eclipse for the time being.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Now, keeping an eye, I want to take a look over here. We've got a little bit, I want to say that is King George actually roaming around up top inside of L. I didn't see anyone get that. Oh, there we go. We see that is Avian right now getting that drop hatch. A little bit late, but he still gets it without scavenging for any kind of damage done to him. Moving on over. Let's take a look here at multiple individuals downstairs. Looks like Bosco's going to come on to Avian right away. He's already inside, and we're going to get a little action at the very start here. Bosco's going to get the first kill of this series, just annihilating Avian, but taking about 70 damage in return. Now, he still is going to have to work down here with Eclipse and Snake. Eclipse is going to be all the way downtown. He's got a very long angle held on to the wine cellar, looking all the way down towards Bosco. But using that 416 without an ACOG at this range might not be in his best interest, seeing as how he's going to be going up against that Buck, who is powering that ACOG. Now Snake is moving a little bit closer here. He's going to be pulling out that SMG-11, tries to rush around, drop shots, and will be taken down. It looks like Bosco's going to get a triple kill here as he knocks down both of them. Now it looks like Snake and Eclipse will both fall. Adam, however, finally picks up 1 kill for his team, taking down Skies. Now King is going to be tossing out 1C4 as England pops on in. He will go down with diffuser in hand. Glads is going to snipe on in as he jumps in through the window. He gets injured in the process, but he does take down King George. And that looks like it's going to be round number 1, going in the hands of Elevate. So, a very explosive round at the very beginning. Bosco taking down a 3K at the start. King George merely getting 1 kill here, but ultimately it did turn out in favor of Elevate, and we are going to see them go up 1-0. Now going to the kitchen and trophy room again is looking like what Elevate's going to choose here. We are seeing a lot of different operator choices though. Again, we're going to take out that castle. We're going to put in the Pulse for Elevate. They've also decided to go with a no rook meta, and instead Bosco will go onto the Valkyrie. Now Valkyrie is one of those operators that came about during last summer. She's played a major role, especially in maps where you have a lot of roaming going on, which this is one of those maps that just constantly you win and lose by roaming, which we saw yesterday with Ominous and Flipside. It seemed like once the attackers cleared out the roamers and the roam game stopped, that we saw the defending team unable to hold down the site. So it looks as though we're going to keep an eye here on Laxon, who's downstairs. This is one of those garage reinforcements that we saw yesterday. And this is actually perfect for making sure that a sledge or a Buck can't get inside a garage and try to cut off any kind of rotation from underneath. They're actually going to have to get in first floor and then move their way over. Bosco tossed out his last black eye outside of the office's balcony. But he will get droned out up here. He does have a little bit of cover. He's got Skies here inside a library and L hallway. And Laxon is actually going to be downstairs inside of the game room. So fairly spread out here from Elevate, which again is going to prove useful for their roam game. Keeping an eye here on Avian. He's just going to take a look into offices before he decides to rappel on up to the balcony. Adam keeping a safe distance, making sure that Pulse isn't going to get from underneath, and Eclipse rushes right in to pick up Bosco. Bosco may have gotten a 3K to start off round number 1, but it doesn't look like he's going to do much of this round. Now, Avian has gotten up on top of the balcony. He's there to cover the flank and cover some of the rotation from Library as well. Eclipse gets another headshot there, taking down Laxing. A little peek up from the back stairs. That is going to be the Bandit going down. Now, keeping an eye here on Easily. He is tucked away inside of the kitchen hallway. Keeping an eye here on that top stairs where Adam was just peeking around. Now, he does get droned out, so he's going to evade back into dining along with England. Sky's still roaming underneath inside of the basement hallway. But the majority of the attackers from Vertical Gaming are focusing on that fireplace. We see Adam and Eclipse moving on over here. They're getting open the doors. They're going to get rid of that barbed wire here momentarily, and that's going to allow for them to push in. See a fuse charge. That's going to force England to navigate on out of here. Avian, there's going to be the fuse charge. Very good by Avian going on from the office's floor. There's only 2 defenders left to go, and it looks like Skies and Easily are both trying to evade detection. Easily staying inside of the dining hall. He looks like he's going to be pushed on very smoothly there, and there's going to be Eclipse getting yet again another kill. That's going to be a 3K for him. Last man alive is going to be Skies. He's here inside of the trophy. He sees glass. He sees the smoke outside of that trophy window, so he's very cautious of someone trying to push in. But with a 5-on-1 at the moment in 60 seconds, this is all in favor of Vertical Gaming. They will get this win unless something magical happens. But we do see that diffuser going down by Avian. King George still holding onto the fireplace entrance here. And there's Adam getting the final kill, looks like from the side here, taking down Skies. So it looks as though round number 2 will go in favor of Vertical Gaming, showing a monstrous, flawless round, as it does become 1-1 at the moment. We're moving into round number 3. Elevate's going to stick to attack, and Vertical Gaming is going to try their hold onto Kitchen and Trophy yet again. Now, a little bit of a change-up of operators there. Oh, Adam actually changed it up there. He went from Doc back to Rook. I was gonna say he traded out originally that Doc and traded out the armor for the stim pistol, but it looks as though he's got different plans in mind. Now, what we saw previously from Vertical Gaming was actually, I think King George had chosen Mute before, and Snake Nade was the smoke. They've now opted to get rid of that Mute. Proved to not be overly useful, and they've decided to pick up that Pulse instead, which is what Snake's going to be playing at the moment. Now what we're going to see here from Vertical Gaming is, again, another pretty standard setup. One of the things that we've seen a little bit different here is these reinforcements facing from kitchen to the main lobby. We've seen some teams actually utilize all these reinforcements to make sure that they can't snipe in from kitchen window or from the main lobby. Some teams actually prefer to keep that all the way open so they can easily come around and flank and be able to see into kitchen. But here we're seeing a total lockdown of the kitchen except for the trophy and main doorway from dining. But with all of Vertical Gaming on site, their roam game is not going to be that big. Now, King George does have the option to fall down through the hatch, but it looks as though we might be seeing a very aggressive push here from Skies playing underneath.
Bomb located by attackers.
We've got Easily coming up onto the campfire wood balcony here by Master Bedroom. He's again going to stay back on the terrace and try to open up the reinforced drop hatch. This is one of the reasons why you bring Hibana over Thermite on this particular map, on this particular bomb site, is because you can get that ranged open of the drop hatch without exposing yourself to the Valkyrie or to a Pulse and the C4 that comes with that. Looks as though Adam's trying to fight England here, and actually we're going to see that Capital. That's England sneaking away and getting Adam down for the count. Snake Nade's still inside of there, but this is an aggressive push outside of trophy window. There are 3. You've got England, Skies, and we just had Laxing move away from there. Easily's going to pick up a kill here onto King George. It looks as though the defense is falling apart. Eclipse is going to pop up to the kitchen balcony. We're going to see Avian still trying to hold down the kitchen hallway with a shotgun in hand. Snake Nade crouching on up. England's not even looking that close, but Glaz will see. I'm sorry, that is Skies repelled. We'll see that shot on the Snake and down him off. Now a 5-on-2 with still half the round to go. It is not looking good here for Vertical Gaming. Now, Eclipse is very cautious of the floor drop being above. Looks as though England and Skies have both gotten themselves in. Eclipse saw that. He sees it right now. He's going to go for the shots here on him. Drops down to the fuse plant, but Skies is there to trade it off easily. Now, Avian last man alive, and Skies, as he comes around from the side of box, he will get Avian down for the count, and Elevate will take round number 3. Some very good maneuvering by Elevate, pressuring that kitchen window, I'm sorry, that trophy window to the fullest. And even though there were 2 defenders inside a trophy, they just could not hold down the fort. So now it's going to be Elevate's turn to try out the kitchen and trophy room yet again. This is looks to be their preferred bomb site, as this is what they've gone 2 rounds in a row now. Like we said yesterday, we saw more of the basement hold. We saw more of the snowmobile garage and wine cellar, but I'm sure we'll see that from Vertical and Elevate. Whoever can get this defense down flat first. Gonna keep an eye here on Bosco. Last time his Valkyrie cameras didn't seem to do too much to benefit the team. One was thrown out inside of master bedroom, one was thrown out of the offices here, and I'm sure he's got 1 left to go. So with a Valkyrie, we're trying to figure out just where they would be most effective to go. And one of those places that a lot of players will put them is possibly inside a fireplace or outside of the windows of trophy room, neither of which we're going to see done here. But we will see the entire wall getting opened up here by England into trophy from kitchen. Keeping an eye on the defensive setup here. 3 men on site as we have, I want to say we've got the other 2 roaming topside. Let's take a look over here at Laxing. He's going to be inside of the game room hallway looking at the vestibule coming from the northwest corner of their building. You've also got Bosco, who's still up top. He's inside of the offices. Now he will get droned out there. They hear him running around. That's King George's drone, gets destroyed, but Adam are already on top of the balcony, ready to push in. Bosco's taking a better chance here, reducing his risk, going all the way downstairs to the basement and moving on in towards the wine cellar. Laxing again, still here on the back stairs, waiting for someone to push in. Now what Laxing's doing here, he's got a double drone hole he's looking through, and what he's basically trying to look for is a glass or someone trying to get in through this drone hole into the dining hall. So he's just trying to look for feet, trying to look for Glaz possibly being a little bit sneaky, trying to out-sneak the Glaz there. Now, Easily still going to stay inside of the dining hall. Let's take a look over here at Eclipse, though. Eclipse is now working his way down fireplace stairs, trying to bait out the barbed wire call. Bosco's going to be looking right towards it. He's inside of boats. And now Eclipse is thinking, let's get our drone a little bit better. Now he's going to clear out gaming room first by going through the drone hole. He'll spot Laxing. However, Snake Nade's nade will take down Easily. I want to say that was from underneath or from above, that looks like. It's going to be up top. Now we're going to take a look over here. Bosco still looking. Eclipse will spot him out here with the drone momentarily if he moves on down forward in time. England, though, taking quite a bit of damage over here inside of the trophy. It's got to be from underneath, potentially. Sky's now moving around. He's coming up from the wine or kitchen stairs, working his way all the way to the top. Now King George gets 1 kill into Laxing. That's going to be the game room kill and taking him down. Looks as though Adam will also get a kill into Skies. Now Eclipse is still trying to figure out where Bosco is. I think he spotted him, goes for the pre-fire shot, and they could just easily open up a drop hatch and go for that aggressive push onto him. But why push onto him when you can just hold your flank and make sure that he's not going to come up the side? But again, England's going to be stuck inside of the trophy room. Snake knows he's there, and Bosco still stuck around inside of the snowmobile. He does get droned out there. There was someone on top of the drone. I believe that might have been Eclipse. He's going to try to come up the kitchen stairs, though, and England's trying to hold down both bomb sites with 2 gas grenades still in hand, but he does get taken out by King George's sights there. Last man alive is going to be Bosco. Still again, a 5-on-1. Vertical Gaming with another flawless round here as Eclipse finishes off Bosco after that 2.5-minute venture. So a very nice job by Vertical Gaming. They've got their attack down, but they still are struggling on defense to take home a single defensive round here. We might be seeing them go back to the kitchen and trophy, or they might try to opt for the wine cellar and snowmobile garage, which is actually looking like they're going to do here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So looking down here at the bottom bomb site inside of snowmobile and wine cellar, Vertical Gaming is going to bring about the typical set of operators you'd expect. Sometimes you'll see the Mute get traded up for that Valkyrie or for that Pulse, but the Rook, the Smoke, the Bandit, the Jaeger, those are all the main operators chosen for Vertical Gaming, or for any team most likely holding down this site. The smoke grenades are going to be overly useful here, especially when trying to hold down that push from garage. What you're looking at here from a smoke's perspective is this wall from a good team will most likely get opened up. The garage wall will get opened up eventually. And what it comes down to is how are you going to hold them off when the time comes, when the push comes towards the very end. Smoke will typically either stick himself here behind B site, or they'll open up a little toss-through hole at the top of this wall, facing the garage walls, and Smoke will stay inside of the wine cellar trying to toss his grenades over. But for the time being, it looks as though Avian's going to play that bandit swap. Eclipse and Snake are both going to be roaming up top inside of the master bedroom. Now we are underway inside of the attack phase. Looks as though Bosco and England are both going to try to get on top of the terrace here, on top of the balcony. However, Eclipse tries to strafe across, and Laxing will take down that shot. It looks like from Pride Rock. A very nice angle to take off Eclipse's face. Now Skies has managed to make his way into the master bedroom here. We're still looking at where Snake was. Snake was all the way up top, but it looks as though we got downstairs and retreated back in time. With 60 health left on him, he's got to stay put for a little bit. Adam keeping an eye here from Connector, looking onto that back stairwell. King George as well. So this looks like it's going to be a 4-man on-site defense. The roamers have been taken out or been forced back onto site. Laxing still looking through the drone hole here, seeing if he might be able to spot. See if he might be able to spot Avian's feet. Now Avian dishes out just in time. It doesn't look like much effort's going to be put on trying to open up this garage wall. Easily is instead going to opt to look to get some of the drop hatches inside of bar as well as the corner drop hatch by Connector. So it looks as though garage push is not going to be the case here just yet. They're going to go for different sides. Now Laxing finally does take down Avian through that drone hole. And now he's going to navigate back up top. Adam, however, going to take one kill of himself, or one kill of his own, taking down England inside of that back tunnel. Bosco trying to fight with Snake now. He's going to call out one grenade here, toss it on down, and King George, who's going to die first, and it looks like King George will toss it up that C4 to get rid of Bosco and evades the nade going down towards him. A very good toss. Elevate still working their way inside a fireplace. It's a 3-on-3 with 60 seconds left to go. You've got Easily down here inside of the great room. Laxing still looking for the feet there. He's going to take down Adam inside of Blue Hall. What a magnificent kill. Now you only have 2 defenders left. That's going to be King George and Snake, both inside of the wine cellar. And you've got Snake, who's about low on health, 50 health to go. Gas grenades are going to stop off the pushes here, but Laxing will be able to progress in forward. It looks like Snake's going to get down and finish off by Laxing. Last man alive is going to be King George. Now he's moving on in the connector. King George has actually already tried to flank around. Looks like he's going to go for Snake, but cannot land the shots, and the potatoes go flying. Skies will drop shot to get King George down on top of that top balcony. A wondrous job by Elevate, again, showing that they can attack on this map, but just like Vertical Gaming, they are having a tough time defending. So this is going to be their 3rd attempt. It looks like for their 3rd defense round, they will go down to the wine cellar and snowmobile garage, thinking very similar along the lines that Vertical Gaming did previously.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now keeping an eye here, we are going to see not very much of the same operators. We are going to see the Mirror replace the Rook. And instead of the Mute, we are going to see the Valkyrie come out from Laxing. Keeping an eye here, we've seen Mira played yesterday. That was, I believe, Bacon was playing Mira on this bomb site. And we saw one mirror window actually facing from Snowmobile Garage into the wine cellar. And that's going to allow, that's basically an anticipation of the wine cellar push from Big Garage and from the kitchen stairs. So with that, if you get flushed out of that kitchen, I'm sorry, outside of the wine cellar, you can still hold down the fort here inside of Snowmobile Garage and keep an eye on that push or on side of the bomb site. You're looking at Easily, he's going to place his 2nd mirror window down here. And this is that singular wall facing the main garage door that sometimes gets opened up. Looks as though it didn't last time. Laxing still favoring the gaming room hold here inside of the corridor, waiting for someone to try to pop on through. Now he is in a vulnerable position. He's got a lot of angles, a lot of flankings that could progress onto him. He's got above him, in front of him, to the right, and behind him. So he's surrounded on all sides. And if the attackers can actually drone him out successfully, they will be able to pinch him quite easily. But it does look like Vertical Gaming is going to push in from Trophy Room and from the Big Garage, working their way towards Wine Cellar. And they won't worry too much about the roamers, because all they have to do is just hold down this stairwell, which we see Adam doing right now. Laxing has migrated all the way up to the library staircase. And for the time being, looks like he's going to stay there. King George trying to rotate over here to campfire site and going to enter into the basement. Eclipse's role right now is just to hold down this stairwell here. Snake Nade, though, going to drone out fireplace, keep his drone a little bit sight. It looks as though the drop hatch inside of Wine Cellar will get opened up. England's going to get spotted here, and Snake Nade looks like he might try to go for a nade toss down or work to get Skies opened up. Big wall will get opened here, and now Skies got to get on out of there. You see the nade getting tossed in. It's going to force them out. Almost gets rid of the mirror window there, but Eclipse not successful just... I'm sorry, Stake not successful yet. They know that mirror's all cleaned out. Adam trying to look for the shots here onto the corner right where England was sitting. He's going to move on over just for the time being. Reloading! He does have 2 gas grenades left to go. He's going to toss out one right through the hole the Habana made. Still trying to pre-fire a little bit out there. King George looking long range down, but the drop hole will happen as Eclipse falls down and picks up England. A 4 on 5 at the moment. 50 seconds to go. Now the mirror window does get opened up by Easily. This is what he was looking at earlier. Now he's able to see if someone's going to plant inside of there. So that's a very good spot Easily's got at the moment. He can't get picked off by the door just yet, but it looks as though Avian might be trying to move in for the plant. He's going to go very close to the door. King George is going to try to cover him as well as Eclipse, but Snake Nade will take down one shot onto Laxing. He's here looking into dining. Now Skies has gotten in here. It looks as though Snake didn't realize it, but Skies didn't get the shots he needed to, so he will get the plant down. Or he will get the shots down. Plant goes down by Fuse. That's Avian who was able to get it down. Easily gets on 1 kill. He's taking a couple bullets through the wall and will finally fall as Bosco is the last man alive here. He's coming around inside the wine cellar, but Eclipse with a double headshot will take down the remaining members of Elevate. And again, another successful attack here for Vertical Gaming. Now, Vertical Gaming, they tried this hold onto Kitchen and Trophy twice so far. They tried their Wine Cellar and Snowmobile hold. Neither have worked out for them, so they're going to try a 3rd attempt here. And hopefully they're able to tweak it just a bit, because right now they're bringing the same operators they did round number 1. Now, Snake Nade's going to go all the way down here. It looks as though they might try to reinforce the large garage. A little bit of a different setup now. So we're going to see the large garage doors held up here, which is going to allow Vertical Gaming to make sure that Trophy will not be bombarded from underneath. Because right above this car and right above the garage here is the Trophy floor, which is all destructible. So what you're seeing here is Snake making sure that if they're going to push their way in here, they're going to do so either by the door and funnel themselves into the cubby here, or they're going to have to come through the long hallway. Either of which is not an ideal spot to get Vertical Gaming or get any defender outside of the garage.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are moving.
I'm going to spot Laxing here, though, outside on the cliff side. Working his way forward. What I want to see, though, from Glaz is a little bit more, I want to say, a little bit better team coordination. We see him trying to go for picks here and there. He's looking through drone holes, just barely misses the shot there onto King George as he strafes across inside of the kitchen. But it seems as though Laxing is playing more of a solo role at the moment. And while that might be good and that might be his style of play, it does seem to be getting some kills. Not as many as I would like to see, though. Skies here droning out the lobby. He spots the drop hatch open. He knows that there's going to be people inside of there. So now it's a matter of, are they going to get the wall opened up? And they do. They're going to use that thermite charge, easily realizing that, hey, they're probably inside. Let's go to open it. He's looking for Castle. He's going to look around, peeking right at the side. Going to try to shoot through the wall, shoot through the car, but it doesn't happen. That car is not penetrable. So Avian's going to sit right here and keep an eye on that vestibule down into the garage. Now, easily we'll spot him out with a drone. And there's Snake still underneath here. This is that dual hold from Vertical Gaming. They're having a very tough time trying to penetrate down here. And this is allowing Vertical Gaming to kind of hold down the trophy room a lot more easily. Skies, though, going to try to move in. Laxing, however, takes down Adam as easily peeks around from the hole opened up that he made earlier and takes down Snake Nade. Now you still have Avian trying to hold down the fort here, but it's a 5-on-3 at the moment. Bosco's been drastically hurt. Avian still trying to dance with the devil here, and he will get taken out by Easily. A nice kill there. Bosco's finally gotten onto site, or underneath the site. He's going to open up the floor looking for King George. But King George says no and takes that shotgun to Bosco, downing him and finishing him off. A 4-on-2 at the moment. A minute 15 to go. Now King George just gets spotted out as Eclipse is getting inside. He's inside of the kitchen right now. He's going to get Laxing killed off. Skies, however, will finally finish off King George. Drop hatch from master bedroom has been opened up, but it looks as though England will spot him here inside of the hallway as he jumped inside of the trophy lounge. Now England's going to try to hop on top of the deck here and get this plant down, but Eclipse has gotten back. And you see Easily holding on to the flank here, holding on from above. Doesn't get the shots. It looks like he's going to rush in, but Easily will actually get that shot from above. It looked as though he might have skedaddled out of there, but the shots through the wall is what happened. Looked on through, he got him right there as he hesitated before making all the way into trophy. So again, another successful attack here from Elevate. This is going to go attack, 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 back and forth. There's got to be some change. First team to win a defensive round is most likely going to be the one to take home this map. Now Elevate's going to go for that kitchen trophy hold yet again. This is going to be their third attempt at it, their third take. You're seeing very similar operator picks to what they did previously. So we're going to have to see, have they changed anything up? Have they determined that we should try to maybe bring more roamers out, put more roamers on site, whatever it may be? Now, Elevate is looking like they're going to basically create a similar setup. We're seeing a lot of barbed wire here, especially by the drop hatch, by the main corridors, a lot of the pinch points. Easily putting down some nice ADSs here, because they know that what's going to happen is they're going to try to get rid of this barbed wire either via grenades or ash charges. So those ADS, they're most likely going to utilize or waste some utility from the attackers here. England's going to spend the rest of his days here trying to open up the remaining portions of this wall. But as we take a look at the attackers, VG, again, bringing out the fuse, which played such a vital role in some of the previous attempts at taking this site. We saw Aven get, I think, a double fuse kill on round number 4. Now Eclipse is wasting no time getting up onto this balcony and getting inside a master bedroom as Snake is going to drone out for him. You see a couple pop shots through the wall. You've got 3 attackers droning out that top floor, making it easy for Eclipse to rush on in and get his work done. Now you do have Paul's going to try to blow that C4 up. He doesn't even use his scanner. He just knows that the shot's coming from above, so he's going to try to go for the, for the kill. And it will not happen as Eclipse is inside of the tub. Now we do have Avian on top of the balcony here. Looking for that shot. He knows someone's on top of those stairs. He's calling it out for Eclipse. Eclipse got Laxing here last time. It looks as though Laxing's going to play a little bit more conservatively and go all the way downstairs to the basement as Eclipse is going to try to cut him off here. Eclipse's drone is in a good spot, so he knows that Laxing has not come through bar. He knows he's not gone into gaming room, so he's got to be underneath if he's not on those back stairs. So with that, Eclipse is now just going to keep an eye here. Again, playing and toying around with Laxing. Avian's still going to continue droning out from top side here. Snake's going to finally get into the master bedroom, start opening up some of the floor. They've baited out the C4 from Sky, but they still have 1 left, and it looks like it might be Bosco's C4, but he's not in a really good position to get anyone inside of the master bedroom just yet. Now we actually do see Easily coming around up into the master bedroom. He doesn't quite see Snake just yet. Snake's going to come around, and he will get caught off guard. Easily picking up 1 kill into Snake. The first kill of the round here. This might go in favor of the defenders for time being. Right now, we've actually got control. Elevate has control of this top floor. Laxing still has control of the bottom. It all looks like it's going to be an inward push from Fireplace into that dining hall and into the kitchen, but they still have a lot of effort to put forward. You do have Laxing working his way up the back stairs as Easily still maintains control of that top floor. You've got England here. He's got 0 gas grenades left. He's used them all trying to hold off that push on from King. King has 2 smoke grenades left. This is going to be very beneficial for King as long as he doesn't get flanked. He knows that his smokers are in his hands. He's going to be throwing them out here. He's going to turn the corner here, looks for England. He doesn't spot it. He actually gets it down, but it looks like Bosco is going to pre-fire and get King George down as Laxing peeks on up to get Avian. Now, last man alive is going to be Eclipse. He's inside of the smoke. He's going for Bosco, sorry.
Seconds to go.
And it looks as though he will get it, but he will get taken down immediately from Skies inside of the trophy. And that is going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen. Elevate able to secure the one round that they needed on defense to turn it 5-3 and just show that they aren't out of the running just yet. So here it is, map number 1 will go in favor of Elevate. So Eclipse showing that he can do the damage here, getting 11 kills. And Laxing taking on 8 kills to lead the way for his team. Now, what we are going to get into here momentarily is our next map. Taking a look back at the map brackets and the map bands, we are going to go on to Clubhouse, which is our next map of the day. Now, we just saw Elevate obtain victory 5-3 in that map. So while we do take a, I think just a 2-3 minute break here, what we saw from there, unfortunately I don't have highlights like we have in the main studio, but the show is going to be, we are going to get on the Clubhouse now. If Elevate cannot win Clubhouse, if we're going to see Vertical Gaming take home that win, we will move on to our third map of Border. So we're just going to take just a 2-minute break, ladies and gentlemen, as we try to get everyone here and ready to go. So please stick with us and we'll be back in a very, very short moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with our second map. Elevate's going to start on defense here, already taking home the first map of the night, and Vertical Gaming is going to start on attack. Now, what we're going to see here is a bar and stockroom hold a unique starting spot for many teams. Most of them will choose to go downstairs and obtain that first victory on defense, but we're going to see that bar and stockroom first from Elevate, and they're bringing out the yokai, the Echo, and what that's the Echo player, for the most part, is one of those that is going to be situated in either off-site or in a bomb site that's not typically pushed. And they're going to use that yokai in the primary bomb site. In this case, on this bomb site, it's going to be that stockroom hold, or either on the pool table. Echo's going to be situated in some safe location, so that he's able to use that yokai when the push comes to shove and the moments come down to the wire. And you're going to start seeing that yokai stop that planting of the diffuser. Now, I don't think Vertical Gaming was expecting this. We don't see a Montane. We do see Hibana and a Thermite, which you typically don't bring both if you're going to be going for a push onto bar and stockroom. So it looks as though Vertical Gaming might not be fully prepared for this kind of hold, and I think we will see Elevate possibly come through on this defense site. The one thing that is still going for Vertical Gaming, though, is going to be that glass play. And that's going to be the smoke grenades that's going to be pushing into that stockroom. They are already starting out here by the stockroom and outside by construction. You see England, that's the smoke player here inside of that stock. And what he plays the biggest role for the defenders at the moment. This is to make sure that they can't get in. If they start smoking out, they start trying to push in, it's going to be up to England to make sure that doesn't happen. Vertical Gaming's going for a pretty standard push, though. Pretty old take of this stockroom hold, and basically it's getting up top into cash room and CCTV, opening up the floor so you can look down into the stockroom and make sure that it's all clear. And we're going to see, it looks as though that's garage wall getting opened up. I think so, or it might have been some of the floor. Nonetheless, though, Vertical Gaming is going to be pushing here onto the stock. We see Eclipse outside by garage. King George went upstairs to cash room. We've also got Snake, and Snake is also up there. Adam and Avian, however, they are looking like they're inside the garage. Looking at easily, though, he's going to be inside of the bar. His Yokai drone is going to be monumental to making sure that Elevate can continue to get this win on the round here. England has gotten out of the stockroom, though. He knows that it's going to be very difficult to stay inside of the stockroom. So, but Eclipse, though, picking up that first kill into Laxing. So, looking here at Adam, he's now moving in from the front porch into the main lobby. He's going to toss out one smoke grenade. He's actually going to spot England, but England is going to have that upper hand with that SMG-11, taking down Adam and the Thermite all in one. Now, Eclipse is going to be inside of the CCTV room along with Snake. So they're just going to take over that top floor, open up the wall so they can pop on out. King George still working his way into stock from Kennels. Now the gas grenades from England. Oh, a very nice shot by King George. I didn't even see him there on the angle, but easily will fall, and that's not going to be any easy, or that's not going to be any more beneficial for the defenders. Sky will also get taken out by Eclipse. Last two alive are going to be England and Bosco. With 50 seconds left to go, Bosco is going to be situated right on top of the jukebox on the other side of that brick wall. He will get droned out. Both of them are now droned out, and we're going to start seeing a push here. King George going to smoke it out, and you're going to see, looks like Snake trying to get in for the plant. So that plant goes down. England gets another kill into Eclipse as he pushes on into that main vestibule. Bosco's still going to be back by the jukebox. Now a 3-on-2 at the moment. Avian just holding down a soft angle from garage. They don't need to be aggressive towards these final two. They know England is dangerous, even though he's got very minimal health, and they know Bosco can even be dangerous as the same. So a 3-on-2 is how it's going to play out at the moment. Smoke grenades and flashbangs. An unfortunate flashbang by King George. He cannot see for a long time. Now Avian's going to get out of the garage and start moving in. Looking towards Bosco. Looks like King George finally gets unblinded and it will take down England as we're going to see Avian go head to head here. But King George with a 4K pushing on in to finish off Bosco and not allowing Avian to get that kill. So a successful push by Vertical Gaming. They might not have been fully prepared, but they were able to work around their hurdles to get this victory on round number 1. Alright, so here we are on round number 2 of Clubhouse. Vertical Gaming is going to go for that bottom basement hold. And we're going to see a pretty much what I expected to see. The castle plays a little bit different. But the mute, the bandit, the smoke, and the rook are typical picks. Instead of the castle, most of the time what you'll see is a Jaeger being played out. But it looks as though they're going to go for possibly trying to hold down the cave entrance, or the construction entrance. Now, it doesn't look like they're going to pull one out of the Book of Ominous and make sure that that is unobtainable or unbreachable. But we are seeing it reinforced as usual.
5 seconds to insert.
Now, the mute jammers from Snake Nate are going to be useful in trying to prevent the sidewall, which he's reinforcing now, from getting opened up. They're probably just going to put 1 or 2 inside of the cave tunnel, or inside of the garage tunnel. Now, keeping an eye over here at Laxing and Bosco. They're coming in from Strip Club as well as Garage. You're going to see Bosco, though, droning it out first before he makes his move. Keeping a close eye on that top catwalk, making sure that there's no roamer, no little sneaky peeky up there. And that will be good for Bosco at the moment. He's going to get on inside. Just taking a couple pop shots, going to reload. Now Avian is actually right at the doorway. I don't know if Bosco hears it. He's like pre-hitting that wall, pre-hitting that castle wall so that he can open it up if he needs to easily. But that Claymore there is going to make sure that doesn't make it easy for the defenders to flank. Vertical Gaming is going to be stationed back on site. They won't be up top or anything of the sort. Now, Bosco finally gets the camera, but not before Avian gets some good information on that. He knows that there's the Claymore there. He knows that that's Thatcher. So, right now, Avian just is playing it safe. He's going to stay inside of the utility tunnel. Keeping an eye over here, we're going to look at England. England's playing the Buck, trying to terrorize that kitchen floor, looking for Adam. And it looks as though Skies, though, will pick off the shots of the King George, taking out the smoke. An amazing kill, a very good shot. Now, Eclipse is still going to go for that kill here onto... I think that was England. Laxing looking for that little pixel angle, trying to get Avian as he strafes back and forth from the site. Snake's feet might be seen if Laxing can get a better angle. For the time being, he's just trying to poke through that top of the armory crate. Now 4 on 5 at the moment, a minute 20 left to go. They know Glass is in tunnel. Oh, a very good kill by Snake, and it just peeks on up and pre-fires. He will take down the Glass. That is monumental to the hold that Elevate was trying to go for the push. But Adam will also get England down. That's the Buck trying to terrorize that top kitchen floor. So a 4 on 5 just turned into a 4 on 3 for Vertical Gaming. Now they have yet to get the drop hatch opened up, at least the kitchen drop hatch. We are going to see Skies here working his way down to the moto, and now he's looking at the head level peak hole that Eclipse has made. I don't know if they've realized he's dropped, but he does have a very nice angler waiting for someone to peek. But now Eclipse is going to look around, and it looks like Skies might be able to see him in time. Some bullets are going to go flying his way. Avian trying to make sure that the wall doesn't get opened up inside a church. He's going to be bandit swapping that wall, and Skies peeks around but doesn't get it. Eclipse has the upper hand in that. Now we're going to see Bosco trying to fight the same shots. And no, we won't see Eclipse or Bosco go. Now easily he's going to stay here for the time being. Bosco finally will get the shots into Eclipse, though, as he does get taken down. Avian still trying to hold down that church wall, but Bosco with a drop shot on a Snake will take him down as he peeks around from the church corridor. Avian, here's the barbed wire shot, or here's the barbed wire now. Now Avian's looking to peek on down the hall. Bosco rushes on in, tries to go for the pistol kill, but nothing happened, and Adam is there to take down both Bosco and easily. Vertical Gaming is going to go up 2-0 after a successful attack on that bar and a successful defensive hold on the armory and church. All right, now as we get into round number 3, Vertical Gaming does possess a 2-0 lead, and Elevate has decided, okay, maybe going up top wasn't the best idea. We're going to go down to our more refined strategy, our more refined bomb site, and head on down into the church and armory. Now, I'm curious to see how they're going to play out this hold. They are bringing the castle and the pulse, scrapping the rook, scrapping the bandit. So it looks as though they are going for a very, I want to call it utility heavy, or information heavy lineup here, with Skies playing that pulse and Valkyrie also being in the lineup here. We are going to see a lot of information, whether that's the heartbeat sensor, the black eye cameras, or even just hitting a castle wall or having that castle wall blown up. You can see Laxing placing those down. So a lot of this is either to prevent a push or at least get information for where they are pushing out from, which is going to be very useful for Elevate. Keeping an eye here on Adam, though. We're going to see him moving into the construction site. He wants to get the construction wall opened up. We're going to see King George work his way down, very similar to how Laxing did. And hopefully, he'll be more of an impact. And we're going to see Snake, I think, also leading the way inside of the kitchen, or inside of the cave tunnel. Laxing's still looking. What Laxing is doing right here, he's got the wall opened up, or the floor opened up to the shelving unit right next to the drop hatch. When he hears that Hibana charge start to go off, he's going to throw up that impact grenade through the hole in that floor, and that's going to destroy those Hibana charges most likely. That's at least the anticipation of what they're expecting. That's one way to stop that Hibana charge and to stop that drop hatch from getting opened up. Now England is going to try to hard press the attackers out of the cave tunnel. You see one gas grenade going out. King George still holding onto a very small angle. You see the fire arrow though from Snake that might be trying to burn out England. The smoke grenades are going to go forward. We saw King George just take a little bit of an assumption there. He got a late peek. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't the case. He's going to peek on over. He actually gets him at the perfect time as England, I think, was trying to go for a little smoke toss. King George is going to back on out of there as we have Snake Nade trying to push on up. Aven's going for that drop hatch to get opened up, so we're going to keep an eye here on Laxton, who will throw that impact grenade. C4 is going to go blasting forward and not tag his target just yet. King George holding down the very sliver angle, the very similar angle we saw Laxing have earlier. Now with a minute 15 to go, we're at a 5-on-4. Very similar to last time here. But Skies is now kind of exposing himself a little bit here inside of that middle hallway. The castle barricade, though, is giving a little bit more cover than expected. Bosco tried to strafe around from the side of lockers. He's now knows he can't move around it because he will get downed off, and there it goes. King George gets that nice and easy shot down onto him. He's going to turn the corner here, doesn't spot anybody inside of the corner, so now he's going to move into the lockers and into the back of armory. Looks like Laxing trying to go for the shots there. King George will finally go down as he's not looking into church. A little bit of exposure there, and King George will fall. Avian pushes on forward down to take down easily inside of the blue hallway. Laxing will get another kill here onto Adam. A 2-on-3 at the moment, but Diffuser does get planted. So with Snake, Avian, and Eclipse still alive, Avian inside of blue, Laxing and Skies have their eyes dead beat here onto the blue hall. And Avian knows he's got cover for the time being. His head is almost appearing for Laxing, but right now, it's just a waiting game, a little stalemate here until someone makes a move, and it's going to be Elevate because the time is dwindling down. Now Eclipse does have an angle here. He's able to shoot Skies a little bit here. Now they're both down to about, I want to say, 10 to 15 health left on both of the Elevate members, Skies and Laxing. They're both trying to hold down Church, and as he pushes on out, Avian is there to get one, but he does expose himself, and Skies will pick up that kill. A 1-on-2, but it's not going to work out as Elevate cannot get that Diffuser destroyed in time. Vertical Gaming is going to go up 3-0 here on Clubhouse. So it does not look like it's going to be as close of a game as we thought it was going to be, at least on this map. Last map, yes, 5-3, every single attack round was won, except for that final defensive hold for Elevate. But here it seems like Elevate might be struggling a bit. They're going to go for their second attack, and they're going to go for that bar and stock room, now that VG cannot go downstairs. And we're going to see the Thermite get picked out and not the Monty, which makes me feel like they're going to go for a strip club push onto the pool table. You don't necessarily need that Thermite if you're going to be pushing in from garage and the stock room. So with that being said, we are most likely going to see that strip club take over. You already see the drone starting out from that side of the map. Looking at the defensive lineup, though, they are bringing very similar to operators of what they've done previously. They're going to try to hold down garage very effectively by reinforcing all 4 walls. And you see, it looks as though they're doing. It looks like Vertical Gaming is going for a very spread hold. They're reinforcing all of strip club. They're also going to reinforce garage. They're not using any reinforcements in the middle. Excuse me. Which makes me feel like they might be too spread out for this hold. Especially if the attackers of Elevate can get control of that rotation from the main lobby. If they can gain control of that main lobby corridor, that main lobby vestibule, you'll be able to hold down any rotation from garage or from the stockroom over to the bar. Now looks like Avian's going to try to single-handedly hold down the strip club, as we, I believe, have, I think that is King George and Eclipse over by the stockroom and garage. Now with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, still plenty of time for anything to happen. Eclipse is going to be roaming upstairs above the garage and above the stockroom. So again, if the attackers, if Elevate can take hold of that main lobby by the main entrance of Clubhouse, you will not have a lot of rotation. VG will not have a lot of rotational ability. Now Bosco's going to use that sledgehammer, open up the soft wall, and look for Avian. Now he is kind of tucked around in this corridor. He's not all the way back on site. So I don't know if Bosco realizes this. He could get... No, he could not. Bosco knows more than Avian did, and right there was able to take him down as Avian went for an aggressive peek inside of the hall. Laxing does manage to get his way into the strip club, as we did see Avian get taken out. So that's going to allow Laxing to just sit there for the time being until the wall gets opened up by Easily. You can see Vertical Gaming trying to rotate over now. They know that the push is coming from strip club. The wall is soft. Buck is opening it all up. We are going to see Adam situate himself on the brick wall here. He actually, I think, might have hurt King George a little bit with the failed nade toss. The gas grenade didn't go all the way over.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
That's very unfortunate, as that is going to be one of the biggest things that is a detriment here to Laxing, but not too much, as King George will get picked off by Laxing through that gas grenade. Snake nade will take down Skies, though. So Snake's going to be inside of the kitchen corridor at the moment, and England's going to be right inside of the pool table looking on up, but he doesn't look up in time. Diffuser will fall as Eclipse peeks on through the drop hatch, and England will drop. Easily now trying to hold on to a very similar angle, looking at that drop hatch where Eclipse was just, and now we've got a 3-on-3. Last gas grenade is going to go out by Adam. With 35 seconds left to go, they know Diffuser has dropped. Eclipse has the effect on that, or has the line of sight on it. Bosco realizes he's got to get up here. They will not be able to get this plant down unless they get rid of Eclipse. Bosco going to toss out one grenade here, possibly. No, he doesn't have any. He's going to pull out that SMG-11. He doesn't know right underneath of him is actually where Eclipse is. So Bosco's going to drop on inside of here momentarily. No, it looks like, oh, he actually does get Eclipse down.
15 seconds left.
And with that, that's going to be enough to potentially get on in here. We're actually going to see Bosco and Laxing both take a kill down. Snake's going to be the last one alive. He's looking for the shots there, and he cannot get it as Laxing goes for another drop shot on the Snake nade. And it will be Elevate finally securing a round here on Clubhouse. It's 3-1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
All right, so we are getting on to round number 4 at the moment, or I'm sorry, round number 5. Elevate's going to try their attempt again down here in the basement, which was unsuccessful previously. They tried going bar and stock to, to start off their defense, but that didn't go well either. So they're going to go try their second attempt here, trying to hold the church and armory. Now, last time what happened, England tried to forcefully hold down the construction tunnel with his gas grenades. He managed to use up about 60 seconds or so of Vertical Gaming's time, but ultimately he was picked off by Glaz, and we saw Elevate just collapse on inside very nicely.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Now, the Valkyrie cameras inside of the cave tunnel are going to be very useful, especially as a fallback or a contingency plan for letting Elevate know how close they are to pushing in from the cave. A lot of the times you're looking for Jaeger devices, you're looking for mute jammers or frost traps or whatever it may be inside of that cave tunnel, not necessarily up and above for the Valkyrie cameras. Now England is going to try to again forcefully hold down the construction push. He's going to be there with his gas grenades. Laxing still there with the impact grenades, ready to get rid of that Hibana charge. Should it be going for that kitchen drop hatch yet again?
Changing map.
Now we do have Snake leading the way here along with Eclipse. The Diffusers are already working their way down. So with that, ADS is actually going to take rid of that nade, or that frag. Now here we've got plenty of utility. You've got a lot of 3 stun grenades, 6 smoke grenades. Now that Thermite's in the tunnel, this looks to be a 4-man tunnel push, and I gotta suspect that it's all up to England to hold this down. I think he's used about 1 or 2 of his gas grenades so far. He's actually used all 3. He's got a shotgun in hand. It looks as though the camera that he wants to look at might have been destroyed, or he just wasn't on it at the moment. England still trying to hold this down. A shotgun in hand. King George is going to go forward here after he now has smoked it on out. We're going to see a shot here. Englander is going to be the first one to get the shot, but King George manages to successfully get that down again. He'll also take down Skies as they double peek King George through the smoke, and unfortunately the shots from Elevator just not connecting right now. And King George will take down 2. Now he's got total control of that cave tunnel. He's going to be able to forcibly get inside. Eclipse, though, has been down inside of the kitchen hallway, and Lasting, unfortunately, will not be able to finish him off as he does scoot his way into the hallway, getting picked up by Adam. A 3-on-5 at the moment with 45 seconds remaining. Diffuser up top, and as Laxing peeks on up, Eclipse will finally go down, but King George moves in to get a 3K again, taking down Laxing. Now Bosco takes down King George in return, so a 2-on-3 at the moment, and it looks as though Bosco's still here by the armory crates, looking right towards Snake. Snake's peeking around from the cave tunnel. He's going to pull out that fire arrow, decide, hey, let's see if we can burn him out there. It's not going to go his way. Bosco takes massive damage here from Adam. He's going to have to skedaddle back into Blue Hall. He's going to have a pre-fire into the hallway, and it looks like Snake Nade will get the final kill onto Bosco. And we're going to see VG head into match point here on Clubhouse. It's 4-1.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
So now it is match point for Vertical Game. They can get this down here on this bottom hold, which they did successfully previously. We will see this go into the third map of Border. Now VG didn't have to change much. They don't need to change much from what they did previously. It was a very good attempt. I think one of the turning points that allowed Vertical Gaming to hold down this site was Snake Nade actually jumping up off of the armory crates, the ammo crates, and pre-firing into cave, picking off Laxing. That shot there basically prevented any kind of additional support or any kind of additional distraction from that cave entrance, and allowed Vertical Gaming to have more control of that armory, which eventually led to their victory on this hold. You can see King George setting up here for the same thing that Laxing did previously, trying to make sure that if Habana is going to open up that drop hatch, though it's going to have a tough time using those impact grenades to do so. Easily he's going to spend his time opening up that cave tunnel, and looks as though Laxing being far out sight, making sure that there's not going to be someone close up. So with that, it looks as though Laxing's going to push down into the cave tunnel by himself in the construction tunnel. Snake still holding on to the same spot as he did previously, a good spot that he was successful in before. Easily moving his way into the western lobby, into the strip club hallway, as we already have drop hatches getting opened up. Looks like Buck's going to make his way into the kitchen, as Skies is going to drone out more of the lobby and bar. Adam's still underneath it here. It's right now up to England to try to play this safe, but also play this aggressive. Trying to open up as much of the floor as possible without getting picked. That is the game of Buck right now. Is trying to make sure that they can get these shots down. They can make sure that the floor gets opened up. His primary goal right there is to allow Skies to get that drop hatch opened up. You saw him standing on it, but it looks like a C4 from Snake will go and finish off England, and that does not look well for the Buck and the floor of kitchen. Now Castle Barricade will get opened up at the bottom of the main stairs, but Snake Nade will be taken up from the hole made earlier by by England. Bosco would take down that kill, and now it's a 4-on-4 after Snake gets taken out. We're going to have Avian and King George inside of the church, as we've got Adam and Eclipse here inside of the kitchen. Inside of the armory. Laxing finally trying to progress in forward. He throws out one smoke grenade. He tagged Adam just a little bit, but didn't do an absorbent amount of damage. The gas grenade, though, will force Laxing back on into the tunnel. King George uses a second gas grenade. He might have one left in him. Now he's here. He's inside of blue looking for someone to drop from the stockroom. But it looks as though Eclipse might have the upper hand here, as Easily is going to be dropping here momentarily. Bosco's also looking to drop. Now what they need to look out first for, Skies though is going to get a double kill here onto Avian and King George as he pushes on in. I believe that was from Moto, taking down the 2 members of VG, trying to hold down and push Glaz off the construction tunnel. Adam gets 1 though, a 3-on-1. He's going to get 1. He's got 2 more to go. However, 1 is down. Last man alive is going to be Bosco. Now he will pick up his teammate. Oh, he's going to get him. A very good toss. Now it's a 1-on-1. Bosco has the diffuser inside a kitchen. He's going to have to drop here with 15 seconds to go. Adam has the upper hand. He's going to be able to see Bosco before he drops, but he's not looking the right way. He's going to call it out. It's now Peeker's advantage here, and there's going to be Bosco as he drops on down, moves over to the left of the crates, and Adam will go down. Elevate not out of the running just yet. They're now 4-2, just down by 2 rounds here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
Alright, so again, this is still match point, not series point just yet, because Elevate did win map number 1. So we're going to get underway here. It is round number 7 here on Clubhouse. If Vertical Gaming can win this game, win this round, we will see ourselves on the border for map number 3. But as Elevate showed previously, they're not ready to give up just yet.
10 seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds left.
Bosco still has 3 of his Valkyrie cameras. Going to toss 1 inside of that utility room, and most likely going to throw the remaining 2 inside of the cave tunnel, or the construction tunnel, which he did previously. Now that is a good camera right there, tucked around the side. They can't see that unless they turn around inside of the cave and put their back to the armory, which again is not something that you typically want to do as an attacker. What we're seeing right now, though, is going to be, yet again, another push in from the cave tunnel. This seems to be the standard push from the attackers. Last season, during Season 3, what happened, there was a lot of cave and blue tunnel collapse together. But with this Glaz meta being so strong, being able to take down this construction tunnel, being able to hold it down from 1 point, this is where the meta lies now, is making sure that you as an attacker can make your Glaz as safe and as secure as possible inside of this tunnel. This is what this attack is for. Every attack that we've pretty much seen here has been to Glaz's significance on this cave push. Now, a lot of smoke grenades and gas grenades are going out. That's the 2nd or 3rd gas grenade from England. He's trying to push out King George. He's going to peek around. He's missing all the shots, though. King George finally lands it, though. He gets another double kill. This is King George's home. This cave tunnel, you don't want to go against him in it. He picked up Englander and Bosco. And with that, it turns it into a 5-on-3. Looks like C4 is going to go. Adam stands on top of that drop hatch and will not be destroyed by Skies underneath. But now he's going to move on over, coming up the stairs. Looks as though he's going to go for the shots into Adam. But again, Adam, right in the perfect spot at the perfect time, picking off Skies. A 5-on-2 now. 4-on-2 with easily taking down King George inside of the cave tunnel. With a minute 15 to go, we've got Diffuser in the hands of Eclipse, as we now have Avian taking a little bit of points of damage. Laxing looking up through the drop hedge. He's going to pick off the head of Adam, finally drop him down. A 3-on-2 at the moment, 60 seconds. Elevate's not out of the running just yet, but it does look like it might be in favor of Vertical Gaming here with 60 seconds. You've got Easily looking for someone to drop through into the utility room. Snake's going to use that fire arrow, try to hold off someone rotating around, and he's likely going to push in and look to the right side of the armory. And we do see the plant going down. Eclipse has dropped into the armory site from kitchen. Plant will go down successfully. However, Snake gets taken out by Easily. This turns into a 2-on-2. Avian saw the head of Easily, but he didn't go for the shots. Now behind locker is where Easily's going to be. He's going to pick up another kill. However, he does get down now. It's a one-on-one. Laxton doesn't see the shots. He finally hears the bullets, though, and will not see it, and that's going to be Avian getting both of the remaining kills. Laxton and easily will go down. Vertical Gaming secures Clubhouse, and we are now on to map number 3. We're headed to Border, ladies and gentlemen, for the final map of tonight's series. So again, Vertical Gaming showing that they have still what it takes here on Clubhouse to be claimed victorious at the moment. But again, that is only map number 2. Elevate won the first map, and Vertical just won the second one, as you just saw it, 5-2. So now we're going to move on to our third and final map of the evening, which is Border. Now, Border is one of those maps which, as we've talked previously many times in the Pro League before and many times on cast, is one of those maps that when it first came out, people thought it was good, but they didn't play it because it was so unknown. There's still much to be learned and so much to be developed on this map, and hopefully we're going to see some of that today as both of these teams are going tooth and nail trying to get this victory. Now, what we typically see from a North American standpoint of the meta is teams will go first up to the top floor bomb site, into the archives and into the lockers, and then their second bomb site is typically the servers and ventilation room. Now, during the 6th Invitational from the Brazil team of Santos Dexterity, we saw a teller's hold, which worked out for them if I recall correctly, but we haven't seen another team successfully accomplish the same thing. And the final site, which many teams get away from or stay away from, is going to be that security area and the supply closet. But what we're pretty much going to see here from Vertical Gaming and Elevate is going to be this this hold here. Now, we are having our local resident admin flip a coin to decide what side each team is going to start on. So while that happens and we get the team situated onto their correct sides, we are going to take just another few short minute break, ladies and gentlemen. So please stick with us as we continue to get finished off the playoffs here. Now, what I do, I'll talk about it when we get back here, but I'll leave this up for the time being. The brackets for right now, this is going to decide who goes against Flipside Tactics and who goes against Ominous. If you win today, Vertical Gaming or Elevate, if you win today, you will be going on to LAN. And if you lose, you still have a shot, but you're going to have to fight for the death here against Ominous. So we're going to take just another 1 to 2 minute break, ladies and gentlemen, as we get everyone onto the correct sides. And we'll be back in just a few short moments. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it. This is map number 3. And we are going to have Elevate start out on defense, and Vertical Gaming is going to start out on attack here. Now, this is map number 3. So with that being said, winner will take all. When they win, whoever wins today will take the leading spot for the playoff. And we'll have to go up against Flipside.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now, keeping an eye here on Elevate and their defensive locations and their hold, it is going to be that top floor armory, or that archives and locker room, which is the most preferred bomb site to hold down as a defender, the most favored bomb site. But here we're having a little bit of a different hold. We are going to see, looks like an office hold down, as we do see the mirror window coming out. That's going to allow Laxing to stay here for the time being. Now, with an office hold, as an attacking squad, what you try to do is you try to open up the big wall into office, or you try to come in from the east balcony into the archives. But ultimately, what you're trying to do is flush everyone out of the B site, keep them into that middle office, or even back by the half wall of lockers. Now, most of the time, you don't need to spend too much effort into the CCTV room or into the monitors room by west balcony, unless you're trying to push in from that west balcony onto the A site. So that could be what VG wants to do. We do see them starting to formulate over here to the west balcony. Looks like Skies is going to be using that heartbeat sensor to detect how many people are out on this balcony. But there's not really too much of an effort for tossing C4 out or getting from underneath, because that's what Pulse has typically been used for, is playing that vertical game. But here we are going to see Skies try to go for a little pre-peek. He gets spotted out by the drone, though, and he's going to have to stay on site. Little tuck himself back, just get some more information before he does anything more. He's got to be careful of underneath of him, because that's typically where you'll spot a buck. As Skies does see that there, he's going to get droned out yet again, and Snake's going to move in and progress slowly, momentarily. You see the floor is getting opened up underneath of him. Snake's going for the shots now. He's going to call out for the C4. I'm sorry, for the nade. It looks like it might get easily there. It's going to force him to drop. And there he goes for the shots. He's got the shotgun in hand. He finally doesn't even get it in time. There's the bullets as he tries to come up the west stairs. Snake will finally finish off easily. And that's going to be the mirror down. He now has access to open up that window. Although, I wouldn't open that up just yet. I'd want to make sure that you can get rid of that pulse first. With that said, now Snake is deteriorating the bottom floor there. Now England will have to throw out one of the gas grenades. It looks like Skies is going to have to retreat back onto A site between that middle hall and that middle office spot. King George is going to lead the fight, though, as Eclipse is going to finish droning out the lockers. With easily being taken out and Snake taking quite a bit of damage here, he's going to have to still play underneath to try to force the defenders out. Skies is in a very tricky spot at the moment. One wrong move and he could fall right down to where his teammate finished off earlier. That's the final gas grenade from England. King George sees it, but he's not going to pay too much attention to it. We're going to see that wall get opened up now. Skies will finally pick down Snake Nade, though. He did drop right to the side. King George is going to move in forward, though, and be taken out by England. A double kill here by that SMG-11. Now he's going to spot out Avian as well, but he's going to reload that SMG-11 before he goes onto the engagement there. And Avian cannot get the shots. It's going to be England, though, with a triple kill here, taking down Avian, and Skies will get the final kill into Eclipse. So although it did not look like it was going to go in Elevate's favor for that turn, it did, and that was all due to that was all due to England being able to rotate back on into that middle site and be able to take down all of the attackers trying to force their way into that lockers, into that A site, starting off with the glass. So a wonderful job there by England, and it looks as though we might have another close matchup on our hands here, because this is map number 3 of the North American playoffs. Again, winner of this map goes to play Flipside to determine the first and second seed. The winner does get guaranteed a spot to land, and the loser will have to fight Ominous in the loser's bracket.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now, Vertical Gaming is going to opt to go for that archives and lockers hold, very much to how we saw Elevate hold it, or at least go for. But they are utilizing their reinforcements in a different manner. They aren't bringing the mirror windows over into the office to try and hold that down. Instead, they might be looking to keep it into the fountain, keep it a little bit more congested, a little bit more condensed, if you will, onto site, into the fountain.
5 seconds left.
What we're going to see out here from Elevate, though, is actually going to be Thermite being brought in, no Hibana. Typically what you'll want to do is bring both for the most part. It looks like a good Valcam getting tossed out there. Might not get detected, however, King George was. So they will know that there's some camera to keep an eye out for. I like the use of the Deagle here. Ever since the caliber destruction has been implemented, you've seen less shotgun on Valkyrie and more MPX, and that is all due to the fact that now that Deagle can be used as the utility function of that shotgun, and the MPX can be used as the long-range firefight for Valkyrie to still maintain her effectiveness. So we're going to see England actually work his way into, I believe that is the tellers area that he's going into to start. I want to say he's going to go in from tellers over into the servers underneath and possibly work his way from the ground up. Very similar to how we saw Snake Nade progress. Eclipse is going to stay inside of the security room now as he's just keeping that heartbeat sensor alive. He's here with King George, making sure that there is not going to be an easily westbound or west balcony take. That King George was spotted out there, but it also looks like Eclipse is still working together with him. Skies managing to get into the... Actually, no, he didn't get in just yet. He's still out on that west balcony. England, however, will pick up that first kill at a Snake Nade. That's smoke going down. And that was England underneath. I want to say Avian... Avian is aware of that. He knows that Glaz is out there. He's looking for the shots. Now, Axing also knows that Eclipse is right onto the window. He heard the pulse device get put away, so he's very cautious of someone trying to hop out the window, but for right now, he's more worried about someone pushing out from the balcony. But you can see all 5 Elevate members, I'm sorry, all 4, except for England, here on the south balcony, ready to try and push in. But they're very hesitant. You've got Eclipse and King George doing a wonderful job trying to hold this down. A very good angle here by Eclipse, though, but without an ACOG, it looks as though Easily might have a better angle. He's just playing peak right now, and Bosco, he might be finished off here. He cannot be picked up just yet. It looks as though a nade actually gets tossed up, but on the other side of the wall, and so Bosco will still live. But Skies are going to take down Eclipse, though. That's the pulse going down inside of control. However, King George will manage to take off Sky's head, and that's going to be the trade that he needed to get. England still trying to fight underneath that A site inside of the lockers. Even still holding onto the wall now as Easily progresses on forward and takes down the Valkyrie. That's King George. Looks as though Bandit now underneath. That's destroying and forcing Avian off of the wall. So Easily will be able to get on to that window. Oh, there he goes for the push. He's actually going for it. He's going to go for the push, and he gets one. Can he go for the second? Yes, that's good. The drop shot will not work. Avian gets a double kill into Easily, and he gets a triple kill, taking down Laxing. Adam able to get the last kill onto England as he tries to get back on site. With moments to go, we will see Vertical Gaming secure round number 2. Now, as we get into round number 3, we are going to spot Elevate, picking onto the bomb site. I want to say they are going to go downstairs. Yes, they are going to go right beneath into that ventilation unit and into the CCTV or into the servers. This is, again, that secondary bomb site that is almost always preferred by many of the top teams in the Pro League. Now the reason being is because to hold this site, you're oftentimes going to see many of the defenders be topside, trying to play that vertical game through the windows or through the doorways that people would hop into from outside to get onto site. So being able to hold from above is very similar to on Canal. If you're trying to hold onto that kitchen and maps room on Canal, a lot of the times you'll have two roamers stay upstairs and you'll have that 2-3 split. You're going to see something very similar with Bosco and Skies doing the same thing. Laxing's also going to come up to join him, so we might see a 3-2 split with 3 members of Elevate staying up top, holding down the archives and holding down the lockers. The castle play from Laxing is just meant to make sure that they cannot easily push onto site, or if they do, they will be identified and the distraction will no longer be there. Skies is going to play that same spot he did before, making sure that this west wall is going to make sure it doesn't get opened up. Laxing does pick off the first kill onto Eclipse though, and that's going to be Ash, a monstrous kill, taking out 2 breach charges plus a 3-speed early on. Skies is going to be situated inside of the break room as Avian and Snake are moving on to the east stairwell. You see the Claymore going down, making sure they won't be flanked that easily. Avian trying to work his way into the offices, and Laxing's going to be inside a fountain. Now Adam and King George will spot him out, so that's going to allow Avian to push on in. You're going to see him jump through the window most likely and go for a peek, as Snake is ready to push in as well. He's opened up the wall inside of offices. You see King George, Avian, Adam, and Snake all here on top of the balcony. Looks as though Laxing gets a wall bang though onto King George as he was about to hop on in through, and so that's a double kill for Laxing at the moment. Avian now ready to say, we need to get this kill, and he will progress in forward, get that kill into Laxing, and now they've got control of offices. But you see Bosco making an aggressive peek outside of the archives, and it looks as though Snake Nade will take him down. So a 3-on-3 with Adam, drastically hurt. He has to stay alive to get these drop hatches opened up, but Sky is trying to come on outside. He cannot get it in time as Adam hops out with 1 health and a dream, and he will take down Skies. You got Easily in England, last 2 defenders alive, and they're going to be on site. What you're seeing here from Adam, though, Adam's going to drop off. He's going to be injured. He's going to get picked back up by his team. And then most likely what you're going to see is a 3-man push from above down on site. Easily is going to be stationed inside of the A site along with England, holding down each diagonal corner. And it looks as though Adam isn't going to decide to get picked back up. There is only 45 seconds, so if you were to do that, that'd take about 20-25 seconds of your time. They've opted to not go for that and allow Adam to play a little bit more conservatively here inside of the tellers. You've got Snake and Avian who are working their way on trying to make it look like they're going to go for a ventilation room hold. Or ventilation room push. Easily trying to progress back on site. He's here inside of the server rooms, as well as Adam now making his way from tellers. Avian will take down both kills immediately, dropping and getting Easily and England to get round 3 in favor of Vertical Gaming. He saw one goes for the long Commando Pro knife, but they line up perfectly for him, and with a single magazine, he's able to take both down. Vertical Gaming will lead 1 round so far as we do head into the 4th round here, with Vertical Gaming now being on the defensive side. They are going to go for that workshop and ventilation room, and so fortunately for them, they had a little bit of time to practice on the attack side of it, getting a little feel for how Elevate thought about defending it, so they might be able to play a little bit more conservatively, possibly not as aggressive as what we saw Elevate do, especially with Bosco, who ran into the line of fire, running in from archives into the fountain after Laxing had been taken down.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Now the mirror play from Vertical Gaming appears like it might be very similar to how we've seen Elevate use it, and that's going to be looking in towards tellers, which saw that one window, and another one will most likely go upstairs, possibly on that west balcony or on the west wall of the locker room.
10 seconds left.
What we're seeing here are a couple pre-made holes by Snake Nade. That's going to allow them to see inside of the bathroom and inside of tellers, to make sure that I'm sorry, actually just into the bomb site right beneath inside of servers. What we are seeing here, though, from an attack lineup standpoint from Elevate, appears to be what I would consider, if I were to see these 5 operators and not know what they're doing here, I would expect them to be pushing in from tellers, open up the bathroom wall, and push into servers, especially bringing that thermite. But again, just like a hold on to Canal from that Maps and Kitchen, you need to make sure you take control of that top floor. Eclipse is going to be super effective with his heartbeat sensor. He's going to look for a stationary heartbeat, and he's going to get it killed unless you can force him out of sight, force him off of this top floor. But it's not going to be an easy task, as they do have 3 members. You've got Snake, Avian, and Eclipse all topside. So they're doing a 3v2 hold, or a 3-2 hold, very similar to how we saw Elevate do previously. Laxton's going to be out here on top of that vehicle customs balcony ventilation unit. Now he is going to spot it. It looks as Eclipse is going to bounce on up, and his head is going to hit the ceiling as he just doinks off the top. And we're going to see Elevate take the first kill of the round here. Laxton doing a wonderful job on the window. Bosco has managed to get himself into the offices here. That's where Eclipse originally was, but when he progressed, he got back, retreated back onto site inside of the archives. That allowed Bosco to force his way forward. England is here inside of the bathrooms. That's what I said we were going to have Easily and England work their way to the bathrooms, open up that server wall. Bandit's going to get spotted out. That's Avian who gets droned out. King George is going to be on site. Now Avian just needs to play it safe. Adam, though, with a wonderful C4 kill onto Laxing from underneath. That gets rid of the glass for the time being, and now Bosco still holding down the angle by half wall. He's got 2 players he's got to worry about up there. He's going to go for a push here, but he's got the barbed wire to worry about. You've got Snake and Avian both trying to fend off a push from the archives room. Looks like King George gets down onto England and takes him down with a headshot. That's downed with a thermite, or down with a Thatcher, excuse me. However, it looks as though Thermite is trying to get into the bathroom, though. Skies will take down King George inside of that bathroom. However, Diffuser is dropped with 30 seconds to go. Easily is going to work his way into the bathrooms here. Look for the shots onto Adam, but Adam is already there with that Vector headshot. A 2-on-3 at the moment. And we're going to see Skies and Bosco. Skies is going to take down 1, a 2-on-2 now. However, both Bosco and Skies are drastically hurt along with Avian. Adam has the potential to get this win here for his team. You still have Avian up top with 10 seconds to go. It's not looking good for him, as top control is still in favor of Avian. Bosco's gonna have to pick up that diffuser, run on in, but Adam's already there, and Avian looks like he's gonna stay up top, and Skies is just gonna play it safe for now. Save that op, save that R4C, and we are gonna see this go to round number 5 with Vertical Gaming leading by 2, 3-1 at the moment.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, so now we're getting underway to round number 5. We're going to spot Elevate going back up top to that archives and locker room. Now their hold, it looks like it's going to be very similar. Easily is brought back onto that mirror. We're going to see that mirror window in the same spot it was previously, as England is going to reinforce the single wall into the offices right next to the triple wall.
5 seconds to go.
Last time this setup on offices wasn't too impactful by Elevate, because Vertical Gaming pushed all of their manpower into the offices, or into archives, from that west balcony, from that computer room. And with that, you don't need to focus on to the offices. You don't need to have all that utility, but Elevate doesn't know that. They're prepping for it just in case it happens. Avian, however, let's see, take a look over here. Take a look over here at Adam. Adam's going to work his way forward. He knows that no one's actually on. There's not anyone on top of the wall. It's been droned out, so they are going to get opened up. This could be a very quick plant now that they think that everyone's going to be inside of offices. They know half wall is clear. I wouldn't expect Adam to pre-fire or go for that. It should be droned out. We're going to see him go for that first with 2 minutes and 10 seconds. That wall's been opened up. Easily is going to be the one man to hold this down. This is actually looking very similar at least this portion, to how ominous held this against Continuum on playday number 2, or round number 2 of the playoffs, or on the normal season. However, that drop hatch that easily fell through before is still soft, and so if Snake can make his way into the server, he might be able to pull off the same trick before and get the kill down.
Drone is ready to go. Nice drone.
Now we are seeing England try to challenge Adam out here on the west balcony. Eclipse, however, will take down Skies, and that looks like that might have been inside of the offices. Easily, however, still playing it safe for the time being, just seeing if anyone's going to push on forward. Adam will open it up, and it looks as though Snake tried to nade underneath of that drop hatch. Easily was off of it, so he will not fall down this time, but the wall gets opened up. You've got the gas grenades preventing a push in just yet. Adam might be able to get a plant down if he's got diffuser, and it will pushing through the doorway with the smoke grenades. King George is going to cover that down for the time being. He's looking for the shots. He's going to pick off one shot there onto Easily. Does about 95 damage to him as King George tries to strafe on in. He's going to take down Bosco. He's now going to look to the left, but the pre-fire from Easily will take down King George through the smoke. He's going to get another one here. No, he doesn't. Adam still with 1 health and a dream, though. He will drop diffuser inside of lockers as Laxton strafes around to take him down. Now, last man alive is going to be Laxton. Like I said, he's got 1 health and a dream, but everyone's going to collapse onto him, and Vertical Gaming's going to go up in round 5, 4-1 at the moment. This is going to be match point and series point for Vertical Gaming.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, so here we are on match point and series point. This is the 3rd map in this best of 3 series between Vertical Gaming and Elevate GG. Elevate won the first map on Chalet. We moved over to Clubhouse and Vertical Gaming took down that in a 5-2 win. Now Vertical Gaming is looking very strong and looking to favor on this map as they are up here on their first defensive bomb site, and it worked out for them the first time. It's looking like it might work out for them again this time around. Now what happened last time with Vertical Gaming, they kept King George and Eclipse inside of the security room, inside of this monitor room, and you had a very nice shield that allowed for a little pixel angle, a little pixel peek towards that snack bar, towards that break room doorway on the south balcony. It looks as though Elevate's going to push in through there as well and instantly open up that door. Easily is going to try to drone it out along with Skies. Bosco's working his way forward. He's got to be very careful though, because sometimes there's people that pop out from the east balcony or east stairwell. For the time being, we see all the defenders. You've only got all 5 are on that top floor. No one's underneath. You've got Eclipse again. Eclipse and King George going to try to hold down the security room. Now Eclipse is going to be spotted out by Skies' drone. But Eclipse is kind of safe for the time being. There's not going to be too much underneath play, which is actually what I would expect to see. I would expect to see England. I'd expect to see Skies. All these players go underneath and try to force Eclipse out. They know where he's situating. They know where he's sitting. But Laxing actually gets a team kill onto Bosco as, I want to say Bosco might have been going for a peek, but Laxing is just going to take his chest off and just annihilate his teammate. You can see him bending over the balcony there, and unfortunately that's not going to go well for Elevate. King George is going to fall through the drop hatch here as he knows that it's going to be time for a push from Elevate momentarily. So he's going to get out of sight but out of mind, but no, Skies is going to be there to get that release, get that collapse, and it looks like we're going to see Eclipse try to go for an aggressive push on outside, but England will sweep that up, and what used to be a 5-4 lead from Vertical Gaming is now going to be a 4-3 deficit. Nades are coming up from underneath, and Avian just manages to escape that, keeping that wall secure for the time being. But with 1:15 to go, it still has to be Elevate to push onto the site, and it looks like they're going to try for it. But Avian at the moment does have the upper hand. Gas Grenade's going to come out, and Laxing right now is just pinpoint on that door, which is going to allow Easily to get up there. But they don't have their Thatcher anymore, so it is all up to England. It's all up to England on whether or not he can get these batteries destroyed. But it doesn't look like he has many skeleton key shells left. Adam trying to hold on to the officers, making sure that he's not going to get flanked, and so we are going to see a little stop there, and a very good bandit charge by Avian. We'll stop that thermite charge with 45 seconds. They're going to have to rush in, and I believe there might be a little barbed wire slowing that down. However, it does get opened up. Snake's face will get taken off by Laxing. And so now a 4-on-2, 25 seconds ago, they're going to have to push in through the barbed wire into the west balcony, into the A site. However, Avian is here behind a reinforced wall. There is no mirror window to give him a line of sight, but he does see he gets droned out. England underneath. You've got Easily moving in forward, Laxing as well. Looks like Avian will get one kill. Adam's going to get another. However, we are going to see Easily go down and go for a plant. He is the last man alive. You're going to see a bull shot through the wall. It's actually going to be a C4 from Adam, and we're going to have Vertical Gaming getting the win here on a 4-2 deficit. And they are going to get this victory. Ladies and gentlemen, Vertical Gaming is going to be your champions for this evening, taking round number 6 to their hands and making it 5-1. Congratulations to Vertical Gaming. They have just crowned themselves top notch in this game. They are going to move forward to play Flipside next week. Next Monday, they're going to be playing Flipside, and we are going to see Elevate playing Ominous. So congratulations, Vertical Gaming, on what a monstrous clutch that was by Adam and Avian. Tremendous job here by both teams. So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Elevate GG and Vertical Gaming, the match is now over. And, spectacularly, I might add, Vertical Gaming comes out very strong after what looked to have been a little of a we'll call it not sluggish, but slow start to the night, having Elevate be victorious over Chalet. Now, we did see our maps. We saw Chalet, we saw Clubhouse, and we just got to see Border. That was one-of-a-kind play right there from Vertical Gaming, being able to get that clutch in that 4-2 situation. They spent, Elevate spent just a little bit too much time trying to get that push done. After they got rid of the mirror, they got rid of underneath. They made Eclipse and King George get out of that security room. They seemed to still take a lot of time, and it was all up to that bandit. It was all up to that bandit that was Avian to make sure that they couldn't necessarily open up that wall, and they did a tremendous job of it. So GG to both Elevate and Vertical Gaming. Vertical Gaming, we're going to take a look at the brackets here. Now, I unfortunately cannot update these. These are just a static image, but Vertical Gaming will progress forward into the winner's bracket of the playoffs. They're going to go up against Flipside on Monday night. Monday night, our standard North American time at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And Elevate GG is going to progress into the loser's bracket to fight Ominous. Now, in North America and Europe, the top 3 teams from each region from the playoffs make it to the LAN event. So Flipside and Vertical Gaming will be at LAN. They will be invited to come to Poland for the LAN event. Elevate and Ominous, they both still have a chance, but only one of them will be given that invite, and it is going to be the victor of that matchup next week. So Flipside and Vertical Gamer are going to go head-to-head, which we've actually seen this matchup before. We saw these two teams go, and we've also seen Ominous and Elevate. We haven't seen Ominous and Elevate. We've seen the Flipside and Vertical Gaming matchup. So Ominous and Elevate is also going to take place next week, again starting off on Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Again, I want to thank you guys for coming to this channel and enjoying the playoff match tonight. Unfortunately, like I said before, we had some technical issues with last night's stream and trying to get players into the lobby, so we had to postpone the matchup. I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful time, and congratulations again to Vertical Gaming. Well deserved, well deserved. And Elevate GG, we will see you next week fighting Ominous for that 3rd slot in the finals, in the LAN invitations.
Hit follow! Hit follow!
Oh my gosh, that's, ladies and gentlemen, that is Vets, our Pro League admin of the night. He was also the spectator and the one doing all the work. So thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, from here at our Poland studio in Katowice, which is my apartment. We wish you a wonderful night, and we will see you Thursday night for the European playoff, where we will have both matches, all 4 teams, and who knows what will come of it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you very much, and we will see you later.